Where are you? Do you have your mommy's phone? You have your own phone. Why do you need two? Can you show me what you're making? You just listen to music on that one. And then draw on this one. Let me see what you do. That's pretty cool. That's how you make a person out of text. Pretty cool stuff. Happy Sunday morning. I need a shower. Much better. I can't do anything without taking a shower first. Really would have liked to trim this beard up, but I'm not allowed to because I'm gonna be Ragnar for Halloween. I think he's some sort of a... Hey, babe. What's Ragnar from? What is he, like a Viking or something? Okay. That's what I thought. I thought he was a Viking. So what is a Viking without a sword? Get out of bed. I know it's Sunday. We get up. Ragnar. I look like one of those street bums from that era. Do you have some change? I guess there's some like fake tattoos, so I gotta shave my head all the way down and let this grow out a little bit. Where Ragnar, babe? Ragnar. Ragnar. I am not doing tassels though. Down here. Is my ceiling fan like quacking? You've never seen a more pathetic light in a ceiling fan. You ready? Oh, easy. It's like the surface of the sun. What is that noise? Let's just shut it off. Yeah, the people who sold us the house, they had real nice, like big Hunter fans all over the house when we viewed it with the real estate agent. And then moved in, and not only did they just throw up some cheap crap, but they didn't even wire it up. Like, they just stuffed the wires up in there, and the first night we were here, I hit the switch, and a big flash and spark came out of it, and we're like, yeah, this is a great purchase. Ragnar. Is Daddy annoying, yes or no? I'm sure that outfit will be just fine. Last year I was this, and then I was this. So, like I was telling her a minute ago, as long as I don't fall down the stairs and almost die, then it'll be fine. This is one of the things he got for his birthday. This thing's actually pretty sick. Kill the light there. You can make some beads with it. Let's see here. Today is the, what, 8th? Sunday, September the 8th, I think? I don't know. Did I really just put cupcake sprinkles behind my TV? It's stay tuned, find out. So one of the first things I gotta do today is get this pile over to the warehouse so that I can get my truck back, because my truck's stuck over there. Let's see if this Camry will still start. They did a real good cleaning job on it, I will say. Which to me was the highlight of that video yesterday, man. Like just seeing these guys actually want to work on this and clean it up. And I think we're missing one center cap for some reason. They look way better with the center caps on them, but that's a good sign. It unlocks at least. But yeah, look how clean they got the inside of this thing. And this is an old Camry. It actually smells good too. I don't know what they're thinking about that. It's not gonna work out. But yeah, she looks good, man. The paint, I mean, it's a weird collar, but the clear coat is fine on it. You know, there's a few little scuff. This is where that guy sideswiped and knocked the mirror off and then just went on his merry way. So we'll find one. Actually, a buddy of mine, Uncle Will, recommended just go on eBay, man. And he's right. That's exactly where I should go. So let's see if this thing will start, man. Sick. I was under the impression that I would end up having to buy a battery for this, so that just made my day. Oh, now I'm figuring out what they done. They just took the floor mats out. Jesus. To bore you with 2 days worth of old crap car content. We got some other things planned today, but that is agenda number one. Is I gotta put some more gas in this because I only put enough in it to prove that it actually runs, and that weird cutting out stuff that it was doing when I tried to pull it out. And I don't know if you guys caught that or not, but my son, I had him filming me pulling it out of that hole over there, and he's like, "Dad, I stopped it like 3 times and restarted it because it kept dying, and I didn't know if you wanted people to see that." I was like, "Yeah, dude. I'm like, this is vlog. This is like real style. Me and you. I've got people that's been watching me for years, and probably it's hard to know who somebody really is just by a 10, 15, 20-minute video, heavily edited, that just focuses on one topic, like making fun of some hillbilly or something, right?" So that was the whole point of this, to get a little bit more intimate and people know who I am behind the scenes, right? The day-to-day stuff, like the family man, the dad or whatever. So I'm like, yeah, dude. And it's actually funny because it's going to be hard to keep people entertained just filming regular life. So yeah, dude, let's leave in the car dying. And let's hope it makes it over there. If not, good for you guys. Let's put some gas in this jewel. Try to tell them boys a set of wheels makes all the difference. Thing looks like a whole different car. And yeah. Put it in the Derby now. Now I get to put this in my garage because there's always going to be something in my garage taking up my space, I reckon. Oh, what's that, more Atwood rope? Never know what you'll need some more rope for. Hey, babe. I'm gonna run over and get my truck. You need anything while I'm doing it?
No, I'm gonna quit this for a minute.
Yeah, why are you working on Sunday? It's the Lord's Day. I know, life's hard. Life sucks. Yeah, so for anybody wondering, no, it's not supposed to sound like that. I did, in fact, cut the muffler off. I remember I was just so into this car just because I never knew they made these in standard shift. I thought that was so cool, man. But yeah, about cutting the muffler off, it started acting up on me one day. A mechanic was like, and I don't run the mechanics, but it's a good friend of mine, literally taught me as a kid how to work on stuff. We'll go on the road, dog. He was like, sounds like you got a clogged up exhaust system, which he specifically said catalytic converter. I heard muffler. The 16, 17-year-old in all of us men out here, you know, every time we get a vehicle, we think about, what would it sound like if we cut the muffler off of it, right? And that's the reason I cut the muffler off this car. This car was just something that matter of fact, the backstory, 1 second, there's a tunnel right here. If you know, you know. Wait, the backstory to this car, man. 5 years ago, it was like 2019, I was driving a Chrysler 200, and I liked it. It was a good family car. It had 2.4 four-cylinder in it that Chrysler makes, which is what's in this. Good gas mileage, decent amount of power. You know, it's not nothing special, but it was the same exact color blue that this thing is. And I liked it, man. I bought it actually salvaged, rebuilt it, and made a little YouTube series. One of these days I may show you guys that. It's so embarrassing. Oh my God. It's so cringy. I'm like, we're gonna rebuild this car and we're gonna have a good time. Then I did like a little South Park edit. Dude, super cringy. Yeah, and bringing you guys along because I think it's gonna be a good time.
Having a good time.
It's going to be really educational as well. But anyway, I was proud of the fact that I was expecting my youngest son, Finley, and I know she's pregnant. We had like an old beater Toyota Corolla and an old Cavalier that was junk, man. She got for like $500. Because we were just now getting our lives together, and we got pregnant because that's the right thing to do, right? So I buy this 2012 Chrysler 200 and put a front end on it, took it to Ohio State Patrol, got it inspected, loved the car. Was on my way to a job one day, or a possible client, let's just say, and it was on an old back road out in Kentucky. And I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to make sure that my cell phone would be on charge so that while I was inside with the client for an hour, whatever come out, I got a charged cell phone. Cheers, let's roll it. Anyway, at this point, we had already had Finley, and thank God he wasn't with me. I think he was probably under a year old at this point. So anyway, I'm not paying attention. This sharp curve comes up. I didn't see it till the last minute. I tried to swerve as hard as I could and ended up going off the road and flipped over and landed upside down in water. Thankfully, one of the windows was broke. It was like February too, so I had to swim out the window. And I know people have picked me apart who've seen the picture. Actually, I'll put the picture right here. They're like, swim, the car's barely underwater. Well, yeah, I had to go underwater to get out of the car, so it counts. I was just so thankful that Finley wasn't with me, because I remember looking back at that and seeing his car seat like upside down in water and just thinking, and I didn't have a seatbelt on either. I'm so bad about not wearing a seatbelt. However, in this instance, if I had a seatbelt on, I would have been literally hung upside down in water. I mean, and yeah, I still have fuel economy in mind. I just went second to fourth. I totaled that car. I mean, obviously, flipped it upside down, it's done. No fixing that. I had to hurry up and find a car. And I was putting in that same style year Chrysler, this collar. I was trying to like edit my search to where I could find something similar to it. And it blew my mind because the guy who was selling this in Columbus, Ohio had just posted it. And like that day, I think I gave like $3,000 for it or something like that. And I was like, no way, this thing's a stick. And that was one of the reasons the main reason he was selling it, because he bought it for his granddaughter to go to college. And they didn't realize it was a stick because they didn't know that like they made these in standard. And I didn't either. But I thought it was so cool. I was like, no way. It has the same engine as the Chrysler, same collar, except for it's a hatchback, a little bit more family oriented, kind of, I guess. I don't know. You could haul stuff in it. And it's a 5-speed. I'm like, that's cool. Never did cut the exhaust off or anything until like recently when I got a better car to drive, because you don't want to drive your kids around in a loud ass car. Anyway, that's the story of how I obtained this Dodge Caliber. That is a 4-cylinder 5-speed, and it smells like exhaust in here now. Good job, Dad. Race car. Monica! So sorry. Sorry, old girl. I know. I'll never do it again. I gotta be honest though, buying this truck was a game changer, man. I mean, the quality of transportation that you get out of this thing, man, it's just such a nice ride. So many amenities, it's hard to explain, man, but let's get it paid off. So, this is our local homeless shelter. And right over there, in between where that van and that gray car is where I would park my car every night. They allowed me, they made an exception for me because I was actually working a second shift job, so I wouldn't get back here till I worked 11 to 7, so I'd get here at like 7:45, 8 o'clock, and I would sit out there. And thankfully I was dating Gaga at the time. We were kind of newly dating. Had I not had somebody to talk to at that time, because I didn't want to go in there. I wanted to pull out of that parking lot and go to a bar or liquor store and spend whatever money I had on booze and just get drunk and say, F it, you know. And she would literally sit out there on the phone with me and just like, bet you gotta do it. You gotta go in there, pay your dues, you know, you have nowhere else to go if you go and screw this up. And that was the thing too, they got a lot of rules, right? If they're putting you up in a home, in the shelter, then you gotta abide by their rules. You can't drink, they do like breathalyzers when you come back. You got chores and stuff, and you have curfews. Like I said, they made a little bit of an exception for me because I was working. But the main thing was, there was funding. So if you stayed there and done what you were supposed to do, and didn't break any rules, did all your chores and stuff like that, and had an income where you could prove that you could actually pay rent, you could sustain an apartment or whatever, then they would actually pay your first month's rent and deposit. And that was the goal, right? But you had to be at the shelter for at least 30 days minimum. You had to have a job where you could prove that you could pay for it. You had to not have any write-ups like coming in drinking or missing curfew or anything like that. And if you followed all those rules, then they would pay for your first month's rent and you could get an apartment and get out of there and start to build your life back up. And I've seen so many people fail at that and get so close to it, man. And I have somebody that's really close to me, like sibling close to me, that I've been trying so hard to get to go through that program and to do that so that they could get on their own. And because, you know, people get in these relationships where codependency, you know, like I have to live with them because I have nowhere else to go. So then you have to put up with that crap and whatever they're doing. But anyway, man, like, it's not lost on me. Even though that was 2017, so it's been 7 years now. It's not lost on me. I still remember it like it was yesterday, sitting in that car out there, the little Toyota Corolla, just not wanting to go in there. Just everything, there was no AC, it was hot in there, it was bunk beds like jail, and I, you know, had the low totem pole chores, like I had the toilets and stuff like that, and it was just miserable, man. But, you know, you gotta crawl before you walk, right? I want to drive by that apartment that they paid my first month's rent deposit for and show you guys that real quick. And there she is. There's that top floor apartment. There's like 3 apartments in this house somehow. But that was mine right up there. And matter of fact, that's the window that I had made a video. I thought it would be cool, man. It was like Christmas time, and I was like, dude, let's throw our Christmas tree out the window and let it land down here and like tie it to the roof of the car. Think we should get the boot in first? Let's go the other way. And drag it off or whatever. I always had a passion for making videos. I was always doing that. And actually, let me back up a little bit. This brick road right here was where I was making those cringy, let's rebuild our Chrysler videos at. At least all of it's right here next to the cemetery, just to give you that added sense of soothe and comfort. soothe. That's not even a word. These pumps are so annoying. So loud. Unnecessarily loud. Anyway, we're on our next journey. Sometimes I get irritated with it, if I'm being honest. But I got a wife that volunteers me to go do certain things, help the people, whatever. And a friend of hers that's got a couple kids, young kids, they got a new swing that has to be bolted up. And she offered for me to go do it so it's done right, so it doesn't fall out of the ceiling. Which I understand, but like I said, sometimes it's frustrating. She had offered me to work on a friend's car, an all-wheel drive Honda Pilot, and service the VT4 or VTA4 or something like that. If you guys out there that's ever worked on those all-wheel drive cars, and it's basically a differential that I had to work on, and it was brutal in the middle of the hot summer in my garage, and it's not climate controlled in there, and I was pretty upset about that one. But I get it too, you know, same story, you know, chick had kids and needed a way around, and trying to be helpful, man. But we're off to head over there, hang that up, and then we're going to the Candyland Museum. Awesome place, like a miniature coastline. I'll see you guys there. This works out that you're in the truck for a second, because there's been some comments about cameos from you. You're not exactly on.
Yeah, you can't even see me.
We can hear you. Do you have any wise words?
Don't be trying to go.
Yeah. So I mentioned to them that you were sending me on a mission. I don't think I said that I was going to go hang a swing up, but anyway, I hung it up. But at least for the initial reaction, was using it the way I think they're intended for like autistic kids.
This is a different kind though. Like it has a back.
Well, and there's a bubble. Yeah, it was. I liked it better than ours. To be honest. But like she set him up in it. It kind of like closed in on him a little bit, and he just seemed like he was going to be there. He was there until I left. Like,
yeah.
She put the younger one in. I don't say their names, and I probably won't add that little clip that I took because it's her kids.
Yeah.
She set him in it, and he was like,
what?
Bubba, do you know this place? You know, so earlier I was kind of talking about our story. I was talking about the car, but can't talk about that without talking about our past or whatever. And I was like, yeah, so I just got out of the shelter, and we had this little apartment by the cemetery, and I was like, and then we were expecting our son, because that's what you do. You get pregnant.
In the midst of all this uncertainty.
Yeah. God knew we had it. To see you process this, like telling him how he has a year-long pass and getting him registered, because they never listen to me. They're like, oh, we can't find it. Hey, Bubba, this is your favorite place. The elevator.
Hello. Season 5, 600, the key garden. I like your little shacket.
Those are good, and then we do pull it forward.
Perfect. Thank you.
Wow, that was simple.
It up. Whoa, you're shaking the whole place.
I know, he's going to
Do you
go through
want
the
to take
floor.
your glasses off? Yes or no? Here, mommy will hold them. Thank you.
That's a good way to answer.
Actually, Daddy will hold them. Right there.
Daddy's got him.
Push the button. Push it up. There you go. Good job, Heartthrob. This is your favorite part.
He loves the elevator.
I had a guy one time. Yeah. Is that your favorite?
Cash, 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 cash.
Winner, winner.
Yay! It's a great place, man.
This place is pretty cool. Yeah.
It's all upper body.
Oh, yeah.
He whole lottie. It's all upper body. Oh. Did that mess you up? I think we're heading towards the elevator. Buddy, you're done up here already?
Whoa. You're crazy.
Daddy gotta be quick. So, you think we'll end up in the
Now where?
basement again? It's all for them, it's Buddy.
Push a button, silly. Wanna go to number
Want
2?
mommy to ride with you in there? Is that what you're doing? You got one more chair? Okay. We're picking up what you're putting down. You want us to ride in there with you? Yes or no? Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Get in there.
Okay. We're ready to go.
Yay.
You're going to drive us?
Where are we going? Do you know where we're going?
Can you see? Are you imagining? Imagine. This is a fun ride. Hey babe, you should look inside like the sign says.